The stars have always lied to us. For 10,000 years, the Galactic Compact maintained their elegant fiction that humanity was quarantined for our violence, our unpredictability, our dangerous emotions. They built walls of light around our solar system, posted sentinel stations older than recorded history, and erased all evidence of what truly happened during the First Contact Wars. But blood remembers. DNA doesn't forget. And tonight, you'll learn why every species in the Orion Arm still wakes screaming from dreams of red ice and fractured bones. This is the uncensored truth of humanity's quarantine, as reconstructed from black box recordings, neural autopsies, and the last transmissions of those who learned too much. It begins, as all great tragedies do, with a woman who should have died. Dr. Lyra Vales of the Xanthi Science Collective knew the crash had killed her. The shuttle's disintegration across Europa's radioactive ice, the way her ribs had punched through her environmental suit's lining, the steady hiss of escaping oxygen, these were not survivable conditions. Yet when her vision cleared, she found herself staring at a human child no older than 8 Terran years, the girl's bare feet leaving steaming prints in ice that read -120 degrees Celsius on Valise's failing wrist display. "You're leaking," the child observed, pointing at the jagged shard of plasteel embedded in the doctor's abdomen. In her small hands, a bioluminescent starfish pulsed in perfect sync with Valis's faltering heartbeat. Behind the girl, the ruins of New Europa Station glowed with impossible vitality, its shattered domes repaired by vein-like growths of crystalline flesh that throbbed with each gust of the moon's toxic winds. Vales would later describe the pain as her rescuer, a geneticist named Elijah Petrov with fractal scars spiraling up his forearms, removed the shard without anesthesia. Not agony, not torment, but something infinitely worse, clarity. The moment her nervous system fully activated for the first time, she saw the ghosts coiled in human DNA, the ancestral memories of wars fought in dimensions without names. The reason why every Xanthi infant was genetically modified to feel only 12% of possible pain. Petrov's smile as her implants melted from the sensory overload haunts the Compact's remaining survivors to this day. "Welcome to the truth," he whispered, catching her vomit in a specimen jar. "Pain isn't your enemy. It's the universe's first language." When the rescue team found Vales 18 hours later, she was curled around a mutated version of her research tablet, its screen displaying a single line of self-replicating code that made every vulpine within 5 meters hemorrhage from their tear ducts. The humans were gone. Only their gift remained. Director Koltak's autopsy report on subject H117 should have been impossible. The human male's nervous system displayed 0 inhibitory controls, his pain receptors firing at 100% capacity even during induced coma states. More disturbing were the neural scans showing his cells retained perfect memories of injuries that never occurred to him, a plasma burn across his left thigh matching no known weapon, bite marks from a creature with 12-sided teeth, even traces of vacuum exposure despite records showing he'd never left Earth's surface. When Koltak's scalpel pierced the subject's sciatic nerve, the consequences were immediate and catastrophic. Every psychic-sensitive species in the research complex collapsed screaming, their minds flooded with visions of a black fortress orbiting a dying star. Security footage shows Koltak himself clawing out his ocular implants as they projected warnings about ancestral memory contamination. The human simply watched, his pupils dilating until no iris remained, whispering numbers that later matched the activation codes for precursor war machines, buried beneath 17 compact homeworlds. By the time the containment breach occurred, 37 human subjects across 9 facilities were humming the same atonal melody, a frequency that caused reinforced plasteel to flow like liquid. The cleanup crews found no bodies, no signs of struggle, just walls covered in fractal patterns that shifted when viewed through infrared scopes. One technician made the fatal mistake of touching the patterns. His last transmission showed the designs migrating up his arms as he repeated a phrase no vulpine throat should articulate. The pain is the key. The galaxy's awakening happened in perfect synchrony. On Terra 3, a kindergarten teacher solved the precursor energy equation while setting a broken bone for a sobbing student, her fingers moving with inhuman precision as the fracture glowed blue. In the Rigel system, a dying human marine regenerated his entire nervous system in 3 minutes flat, his cells rewriting themselves to music only he could hear. Most telling were the sleepwalkers, over 8 million compact citizens with trace human DNA who abandoned their homes in unison, marching toward Sol System while whispering in dead languages. Admiral Jareth's fleet intercepted the derelict generation ship EDS Mnemosyne near Orion's belt, its hull scarred by weapons that hadn't existed for millennia. The black box footage revealed Earth's true history, not a cradle of civilization, but a prison for something far older. The final log entry played on loop as Jareth's ships burned. Day 7218 of quarantine. The pain entities are integrating successfully. When the wardens come, our children will remember how to fight. The Admiral's last transmission before his flagship's self-destruction contained just 12 words that now haunt the surviving compact leadership. They didn't evolve on Earth, they retreated there. And they're waking up. War is too small a word for what happened next. The conflict lasted 11 standard minutes. Humanity didn't fight with ships or weapons, they simply remembered. On New Vulpes, 8 million compact citizens collapsed as their nervous systems spontaneously developed human pain pathways, their screams forming harmonic resonances that shattered every crystalline structure on the planet. The precursor Sentinel stations turned their guns on the compact homeworlds, firing shells filled with something that made the victims' skeletons explode into fractal sculptures. At the heart of the storm, Earth's moon unfolded like a dying flower, revealing structures that made vulpine astronomers bleed from their brainstems when they tried to comprehend the geometry. The few survivors described humans walking through battlefields untouched by plasma fire, their eyes black from edge to edge, whispering to something that moved between dimensions. When asked why they spared anyone, the answer came from a human child holding the still-beating heart of a precursor war machine. We needed messengers. Then the broadcast began, every human in the galaxy speaking in unison, their words bending space-time itself. The quarantine is over. The war begins anew. This has been humanity's quarantine on HFY Starveler. The quarantine wasn't to protect the galaxy from humanity. It was to protect humanity from the truth. We were never the prisoners. We were the guards. And somewhere beyond the edge of the observable universe, the things we were meant to contain are stirring in their chains. Sleep well.